Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the October 31st Zoning Committee Work Session. My name is Douglas A. Welton, and I am the chairman of the Zoning Committee. This meeting is being streamed online via YouTube in accordance with all applicable meeting statutes. Requirements for notice, access, and minutes are being met by electronic means. Before we begin tonight, just a few orders of business. If you are speaking, please keep your if you're not speaking, please keep your mic muted. When you do speak, if you're making a motion or second a motion, please state your name before you make that motion. The public hearing for the zoning petitions that we are hearing tonight has been held on a previous date in front of City Council and the Zoning Committee. This meeting is not a continuation of those hearings, so there will be no public comment unless the committee has a specific question, in which case the committee will suspend the session and ask petitioners that their question directly. We'll begin now with introductions, and first we'll begin by introducing the zoning committee, and we'll begin all the way to my left with Commissioner Winokur.
Rick Winokur, Zoning Committee.
Rebecca Wilden, Zoning Committee.
Terry Mansell, Zoning Committee.
Leighton C. Lee, Zoning Committee.
Will Russell, Zoning Committee.
Thanks a bunch. Now we'll begin with staff and introducing those folks, and we'll begin with Mr. Pettin on the left.
Dave Pettin, Planning. Mike Russell, Planning.
Max Oliver, Rezoning Staff.
Holly Kramer, Planning.
Raquel Dominguez, Planning.
Anonymous, Planning.
Thank you. And who do we have online with us tonight?
5 CDOT or
Isaiah Washington, CDOT.
Natalie King, CDOT.
Ritter, CDOT.
Travis Miller, CDOT.
That's everybody. That's good. Yeah.
Thank you. Tonight's meeting is on Halloween. It's an extra special meeting for everyone, and I'd like to thank everybody who noticed that I was dressed as Taylor Swift tonight, so we can get on with the meeting in a very swift kind of fashion, as it were to be. We'll begin by asking Mr. Pettin, are there any deferrals from our agenda tonight?
Yeah, we just have the one, which is noted on there, item 1, 2021-209, a coastal acquisition entity deferring to December 5th.
And 22-099.
That's it.
Dave 099 Levine.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot that we had that one added. There was one more, so thank you. Yes, item 3, 2022-099 by Levine Properties, also deferring until December as well.
Do I hear a motion for the disposition of these deferrals?
Winokur, motion to defer.
Russell, second.
Has been moved by Winokur and seconded by Russell that we accept these deferrals. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None. Those petitions will be deferred, and that will leave us to begin our journey this evening. At item number 2, rezoning petition number 2022-096 by Cairo Residential. And Michael, will you take us through this petition, please, sir?
Sure. This is approximately 33.03 acres located along the west side of John Adams Road, south side of Galloway Road, north of West Mallard Creek Church Road, and east of Interstate 85. You can sort of see the context there of the location. So the current zoning is N1A, RE3, OFC, commercial, B1CD. So the proposed zoning is UR2 CD, urban residential. The 2040 policy map recommends the neighborhood 1, campus, and commercial place types at this location. The proposal, it allows up to 345 single-family attached dwelling units, provides an 8-foot wide planting strip, an 8-foot wide sidewalk along the site's frontage on John Adams Road and Galloway Road, commits to 1.5 acres of the site to the Mecklenburg County Parks and Rec. They provide walkways to connect all the residential entrances to sidewalks along internal streets, and it provides amenity areas that could include a clubhouse, fitness center, pickleball court, or swimming pool. There have been no changes since the public hearing. There are no outstanding issues. The petition is inconsistent with the 2040 policy map recommendation for the neighborhood one campus and commercial place types. However, staff approves this petition, and I'll be glad to take any questions.
Thank you, Michael. Do we have any questions, comments from the committee?
Winokur, motion to approve.
Just a second. I have just one. Michael, can you speak? We're going to UR2, and I'm assuming that is because this is a 2022. So it was UR2 before everything was in one in campus. And you all are happy with the compatibility of those in terms of going forward, or you don't see any consistency? I guess, which one is that?
Well, I mean, as you can see, thank you. Kind of on the map, the existing zoning, around it is a lot of R12 MF CD.
Okay.
And this comes in at about 11 DUA.
Okay.
And the current zoning, sort of a hodgepodge. Of a little bit of everything. So in the context of the surrounding area, we are fine with it, but it's not consistent with
It's not consistent, but you're okay with it because of proximity with other pieces,
Other
parcels,
projects, around it.
projects and things. Okay. That was the only question I had. Commissioner Winokur, would you like to proceed?
I would be happy to, and I apologize for rushing forward.
That's okay. We're doing things swiftly tonight, remember?
I understand. Thank you, Taylor. I move, having reviewed the petition and considered the consistency statement prepared by staff to approve this petition, I move that we recommend approval of petition number 2022-096 as it appears before us.
Second, Wilden.
It's been moved by Winokur and seconded by Wilden. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That passes 6-0. And I will just note that we are missing Commissioner Neely tonight. So if there's any opportunity for us to volunteer her for anything, let's figure that out. Anyway, we'll go on to item number 4 on our agenda. Rezoning petition number 2023-011. Brian Foshee. Hopefully I got that correct. Brian, please forgive me if I did not. And Michael, you will handle this one as well, I guess.
Yes. So this one should look familiar to you guys. You saw it last month. So this is approximately 24.96 acres located on the south side of Allen Road east and east side of Citadel Place, west of Allen Road south. The current zoning is N1A. The proposed zoning is R8 MFCD. The 2040 policy map recommends neighborhood 1. They are allowing up to 84 dwelling units in a townhouse style. Provides an 8-foot planting strip and 6-foot sidewalk along the site's frontage on Citadel Place. And they're providing an 8-foot planting strip and 6-foot sidewalk on all internal streets. Provides a 30-foot right-of-way along Citadel Place from the center line of the road. And they're dedicating, it's actually 0.08 acres to Mecklenburg County for a future neighborhood park and provides architectural standards. There were no changes after the public hearing. And the petition is consistent with the 2040 policy map. Recommendation for the neighborhood 1 place type, and staff does recommend approval of this petition.
Thank you, Michael. Does anyone have any questions, comments, concerns? Commissioner Lansdale?
Yes, a couple questions. Is there going to be and I'm sorry I don't have it up. I'm trying to get the iPad up for the visuals tonight, but is there going to be a pedestrian crossing for Churchill to Citadel on this one? I was trying to pull it up to look at a closer view, but that was my only question I was trying to recall from the public hearing.
There will be a road there, so there will be an entrance. Is that where you're talking?
Yeah, it's for Churchill to Citadel.
Sidewalk there.
Sorry, I'm trying to, there we go. That's it. So that where that red arrow is. Yeah. And I see that, just want to make sure that, are we going to be able to, will the petitioner be able to improve, or will there be improvements for that intersection between Citadel and Churchill?
Sorry, say again?
Will there be pedestrian improvements at that intersection?
Yeah, just at the intersection that they're creating on their project side, but not on the existing side, as far as I'm aware of. CDOT, if there's anything that we're missing, please chime in, but I don't think there's anything on the existing Churchill intersection, just the new one.
Great. Thank you for that clarification.
Anyone else? I will just comment that last time we had deferred this petition because of a question that Commissioner Neely had in regard to wetlands, did receive an email from Tristan McManus regarding this project. And I don't know if you all got it, but I think everybody got it. But there had been apparently an inaccurate denotation on the previous document. And the petitioner had hired someone to check out the site, and they had determined that there were no wetlands there. So if anyone had that question still remaining, that has been addressed as far as I'm concerned. Do I hear any other comments from the commission? If not, do I have a motion for the disposal of this petition?
Lansdale making a motion, having reviewed the petition and considered the inconsistency statement prepared by staff to approve the petition, I move that we recommend the approval of petition number 2023-011 as it appears before us, and the adoption of the consistency statement as it appears before us.
Second, Seeley.
It's been moved by Lansdale and properly seconded by Seeley. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes 6-0. We're up to petition number 5. I wish I knew Taylor Swift songs so I could come up with some little clever thing here in between, but I don't. Sorry. You do? Whisper in my ear. Rezoning petition number 2023-028 by Childers Klein Properties. And Michael, it looks like you are bossing the show tonight. Please inform us.
Sure. 2023-028. This is approximately 48.21 acres located west of Key Road, south of Mallard Creek Road, and northeast of Ridge Road. The current zoning is R22 MFCD and C2 for the city of Concord. The proposed zoning is R22 MFCD, the site plan amendment, and R22 MFCD with 5-year vested rights. You can sort of see the adopted place type. Recommends the neighborhood 2 place type for this site. And yeah, sort of before I get into the proposal, just a little background, the 36.67 acres in the Mecklenburg County side portion was rezoned in 2021 to allow the 488 multifamily residential units. And then the city of Charlotte adopted a resolution entitled Resolution of Kings Grant Split Jurisdiction Authority in August of this year. And the city of Concord adopted a resolution entitled Resolution of Concord City Council for the Split Jurisdiction Authority on June 8th. And so these resolutions approve the utilization of Charlotte ETJ planning and development regulations to the 11.54 acres located in Concord. So just want to give you that sort of background information since we're moving into the city of Concord. But the proposal allows up to 700 multifamily units in 2 development areas. The transportation improvements were previously committed to as part of the rezoning petition from 2021. They limit the principal number of buildings to 24, and it's actually 27, sorry, and height to 65 feet. They will have workforce housing no fewer than 5% of the total units for households at 80% AMI for a minimum of 15 years. They're dedicating a minimum of 12 acres of open space to Mecklenburg County Parks and Rec. They have a trail network linking the multifamily residential area to the adjacent uses with the minimum width of 6 feet. They have a 50-foot Class C buffer and 100-foot Class A buffers respectively between the site and the surrounding area. They will work with Concord Mills and CATS to create a pedestrian access to the existing bus stop, and they do provide architectural standards. Sort of changes since the public hearing and some clarifications. That the petitioner will work in good faith with Park and Rec to have the dedicated open space area accessible to development within the site and to the public road by way of walking trails and or pedestrian sidewalks to ensure accessibility. They also commit to work in good faith with CATS to provide a public connection to the nearest CATS bus stop, which is located to the north of the site across the road on the Concord Mills property. And they do make a clarification that the workforce housing commitment is to apply to the entire site, not just the units within development area A. It was previously recorded, and clarify that Road B to be publicly maintained within Mecklenburg County. The petition is consistent with the 2040 policy map recommendation for the neighborhood 2 place type. Staff does recommend approval of this petition. The outstanding issues have been addressed. So I'll take any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. And I will just note, please do note what Michael said, clarifying changes in legislation that allow us to go across jurisdictions, which this proposal is the first one I think we've had to do this. And so I'd ask everyone to make sure they checked into that yesterday. Commissioner Russell, do you have a question?
That's what I was going to ask. It's just to elaborate that for those watching the change in legislation that allows us to make zoning changes across jurisdictional lines, because we've had some before.
Yeah, we very recently did, and this had to go through City Council here and in Concord for this party train to leave the station, so that did occur. Anybody have any other questions?
I've got a transportation question. Can you go back to the site plan that's been, there we go. On Road B, it doesn't, right now it doesn't go anywhere and cross the stream. Does that require a bridge at that point for Road B in Mecklenburg County? And this one in the upper left-hand corner of the map? Yes. Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna,
So there is, it was confusing because it's potential. Yeah, so if you go to the other depiction of the site from the satellite view. I was just trying to marry that view there with Road B and where it comes out, so.
So Road B is part of the rezoning that occurred on this property and the big property to the south. It's part of the road network for the industrial site. So if we go back to the site plan, that all that industrial that's to the south that was approved with these apartments as well, that potential site access is coming in from that industrial project, which they labeled a potential site access in case it has to shift a little bit, but wherever it shifts, Road B will connect to it and provide access to the development area A and B portion of this project.
Right, and I think maybe at the dais, that might be a question that it might be confusing for folks. And just to clarify as a final piece for this for me, at Road B for the future connection, is there going to be a change at that property boundary, that parcel boundary, or is the road be designed consistent with the industrial road that's already there?
It looks like it's a local office commercial wide, which I believe is what's approved to the south as well. So it should be a consistent road network, but I can go back in and check what was on that other plan. But I believe it was all going to be a consistent road cross section throughout.
And that's a concern for me, because we're taking that industrial into this parcel and then pumping it out through two entrances and egresses on Quay Road. Just want to understand how that traffic pattern will look and that we're consistent in design within that parcel for those transportation solutions.
So, yeah, Public Road B is local office commercial wide throughout both project areas. And then the main road that will serve the industrial site is actually south of this. It runs somewhat where that utility easement is. And that's a local industrial street that will provide, the access for most of the industrial traffic. So it should be directed on Public Road A, and then Public Road B would serve the residential component. So there should be a difference between those street cross sections, because Public Road A and Public Road C that's on the industrial side are both local industrial. And then the others are commercial wide. So they will focus most of that traffic on road network outside of this apartment project.
I'll leave that there.
Okay. Does anybody else have a question? If not, I do. Improvements on Quay Road, will there be any crosswalks or anything there? Because we're right up against Concord Mills, and I was just curious. 'Cause I don't really see that,
Access to.
but I assume that there are going to be some improvements on Quay Road because it doesn't look like it was built for this project, so to speak.
Yeah, that's a good question, probably for the petitioner. Yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to get handled because Quay is either going to be a state road or a Bears County or Concord road. So a petitioner probably would want to.
Yeah,
This is Travis Miller from CDOT.
Yeah.
Hey, that's was part of the conversation with Katz in Concord Mills regarding that bus stop. There's currently a bus stop on Concord Mills property, and accessing that bus stop from this location will be part of that coordination as moving forward.
Travis, will there be a sidewalk for people to walk? Or are they just walking on Quay Road, or is the bus stop going to be exactly lined up with the?
That's going to happen in coordination. As far as what that actually looks like with Katz, they started the conversation already, but that will be finalized during permitting.
Okay, I'm good with that. Thank you. Are there any other questions? Anybody? If not, do I hear a motion for the disposition of item number 5 on our agenda?
Whitaker, having reviewed the petition and considered the consistency statement prepared by staff to approve this petition, I move that we recommend approval of petition number 2023-028 as it appears before us.
Second, Wilden.
It's been moved by Winiker and seconded by Wilden. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed?
Aye.
That one passes 5-1. Do we have a statement from the one?
Yes, and in review of this petition, due to the outstanding transportation issues in design with the complex multi-jurisdictional agreements that are associated with this project, I think there's outstanding transportation issues that need to be resolved prior to the approval to this permit. Thank you.
Good. Thank you. On to item number 6 on our agenda. And I'm trying to think. This is the, never mind. Rezoning petition number 2023-043 by Drakeford Communities. And Joe is dressed up amazingly like Dave tonight.
It's the other way around. I'm dressed up as Joey. So 2023, let's see, I'm a slide ahead of myself, 043. This is currently zone N2B and UR2. A majority of the site was rezoned previously to that UR2 conditional. They're proposing a site plan amendment to bring in a small piece of acreage that was acquired after initial rezoning approval. Policy map does still recommend neighborhood 1, but as you can see from what was approved previously, it is a UR2 with a townhome component, so it just didn't get that translation. I think it was caught between policy map adoption, rezoning happening. So the old maps changed, but it didn't get pulled into the new map. So really that inconsistency is on a kind of a basis that it didn't get translated with the current UR2 to a neighborhood 2. So no real concern on the inconsistency side from staff, but the proposal itself adds in about a half acre and 16 single-family townhomes. That brings it up to a total of 123 attached dwelling units. There are some conversion rights that are baked into the plan that allow for some of those attached units to be converted to single-family detached at a rate of 2 to 1. So you lose 2 townhomes for 1 single family detached. Building height is limited to 50 feet. That's consistent with what was previously approved. Our architectural standards are carried forward from the old approval. Commits to construction of ADA compliant bus waiting pad along Ashley Road. Does have some transportation improvements, which would include the extension of Haywood Avenue as a public street with 8-foot sidewalk and planting strip. Also improves Bullard Street with 8-foot planting strip and 8-foot sidewalk. And then also implementation of a buffered bike lane, 8-foot planting strip and 8-foot sidewalk along Allegheny Street. Changes since the public hearing. We did get some late emails after the agenda was published that the outstanding issues are going to be addressed. They have gotten us some revised information that addresses the outstanding items that we had when this was published. So those have all been considered taken care of at this point. So we do recommend approval. We did have it listed as outstanding issues related to transportation and site and building design. But again, those have been addressed to us via email just post publishing of the agenda. So again, inconsistent with the map, but we covered that a little bit earlier in the presentation. So with that, we'll take any questions that you may have.
Thanks, Dave. Does anybody have any questions, concerns?
Just a quick question. Is there a buffer required to do this development?
I don't believe there's one required. I think they've got some just tree save and natural area between that's on the school property side, but there's not a required buffer from what I recall from the UR district to the school facility next door. But the school, like I said, does have a pretty healthy buffer on their side, but it's outside of this project area.
Okay. That's my question.
Commissioner Lansdale.
Transportation questions associated with Haywood and Allegheny, I believe. We've got great markings and crossings in other areas, but I'm concerned at that space that we're not doing more for transportation solutions around Haywood and accessibility along that road to across Haywood for pedestrians, for bikes, and advance approach to the school. So I'm again concerned for the inconsistency in transportation application for these types of petitions. If there's any clarification why there's not a crosswalk along Haywood Avenue, glad to have CDOT offer up any solutions for that.
I don't know if they have any follow-up on that. CDOT, if you have anything, please feel free to share. I know there's a sidewalk, I think, through the pork chop, but I'll turn it over to you guys.
Yes, typically we don't include or we don't like crosswalks unless they're at signalized intersections. But or if there's a halt signal or something like that, or that could direct pedestrians directly. So that's why it wouldn't be used here. Sometimes we'll see them in other plans, but we'll ask them to even remove those because they're not at actual signalized intersections.
Yeah, Isaiah, again, it's that median buffer on Haywood That's a concern for me. So we're forcing people out we're not defining what a transportation crossing is at Haywood. We've got a median and we've got a sidewalk that approaches Haywood. We've got this pedestrian refuge island. Then you've got a sidewalk that picks up again on the other side. I guess I'm just trying to understand why we're leaving out crossing those streets without including proper engineering associated with active mobility.
Well, for that, what we define as like a pork chop, that island, my understanding is that was something that was discussed in their original submittal, and that's why that's still kind of there, but that's more so to create a right in, right out access, more so than to facilitate an ability for a person to cross. But the island also acts as a place for a person to seek refuge, but it wasn't there specifically for pedestrian crossing.
Again, I'm gonna offer up my opposition to this petition at this point due to the fact there is not an improvement for pedestrian access across Haywood. Thank you.
Got any other questions from the commission? Comments? If not, do I hear a motion for the disposition of this petition?
Giving you guys an opportunity to approve this petition, but as I stated, just for singular activity, having reviewed the petition and considered the consistency statement prepared by staff to deny this petition, I move forward that we recommend denial of the petition number 2023043 as it appears before us, and the adoption of the consistency statement as a denial as it appears before us.
Commissioner Russell, second.
It's been moved in second. All those in favor of denial, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Nay. So that is denied 5-1. And I will, since I'm the one, my comments are that this is a site plan amendment, and that previously this plan had been approved, including the areas that were just discussed. And I did not believe that we needed to go back and rediscuss this because they've been approved already. So that's my one. All right.
Well, we need a consistency statement from the.
We need a
zoning committee
consistency statement
And
from
adopt staffs at this point.
everybody else.
So the consistency statement that this petition was insufficient in the transportation solutions offered at the site plan, as the site plan was presented to us for outstanding transportation improvements. Is that sufficient, Dave? We're not good at this denial piece, so this is.
The transportation improvements were part of the previous improvements, but we're essentially looking at 16 additional improvements. So there's going to be a denial on something that's related to the old petition. We need to go back and make sure that there's specific info on what it is.
Sure. So I guess the phrasing then, I guess will have to be, and I'm sorry I wasn't prepared for this. I had an expectation otherwise, but yeah, that the land use is insufficient to support the outstanding transportation issues associated with the petition.
And the issue of transportation wise is crossing the table.
Correct.
I think we can work with that. So that's beginning to read.
Sure. And Mr. Chair, if you are asked questions about this, hopefully you'll be prepared that it is specifically associated with the lack of transportation solutions for Haywood.
I will be so prepared. I would expect that we will probably see this again before
Yes.
council would have the opportunity to ask me questions. This all leaves me in a purple haze. Wasn't that
No,
no.
lavender haze.
He's a purple haze, right? The Jimmy Swift guy. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Anyway,
We should shake off this petition.
There we go.
I liked mine purple haze one better. Yeah, anyway, item number 7 on our agenda. Item number 7 on our agenda, reviewing petition number 2023-02552, excuse me, by Providence Group Capital. And Emma, you will take us through this one.
2023-052 is approximately 0.447 acres located on the east side of West Summit Avenue, north of South Mint Street, and west of Winona Street. The current zoning is ML2, Manufacturing and Logistics. The proposed zoning is TODUC, Transit Oriented Development Urban Center. I'll shake that off. The 2040 policy map recommends the regional activity center place type for this site. This petition is conventional, therefore there is no associated site plan. Staff does recommend approval because it is consistent with the 2040 policy map and our rationale. I'll take any questions.
Thank you, Emma. Does anybody have any questions about this petition? Do I hear a motion on the disposition of item number 7 on our agenda?
Winokur, having reviewed the petition and considered the consistency statement prepared by staff to approve this petition, I move that we recommend approval of petition number 2023-052 as it appears before us.
It's been moved by Winokur and seconded by Russell. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And those opposed? None. That one passes 6-0. We're up to item number 8 on our agenda, rezoning petition number 2023-054 by Smith, Chelsea, Bjorklund. Hopefully I won't have butchered any of that. Emma, you will share your wisdom yet again.
Petition 2023-054 is approximately 0.79 acres located at the southwest intersection of Sardis Road, north and Nolly Court, west of Monroe Road. The current zoning is N1A and the proposed zoning is N1D. The 2040 policy map recommends neighborhood 1 place type for the site. This petition is conventional, therefore there is no associated site plan, and this petition is consistent with the 2040 policy map.
Thank you, Emma. Anybody have any questions about this particular petition?
Motion to approve Wilden. Having reviewed the petition and considered the consistency statement prepared by staff to approve this petition, I move that we recommend approval of petition number 2023-045 as it appears before us.
5-4.
054.
It's been moved by Wilden and seconded by Russell. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That one passes 6-0, excuse me. On to item number 9 on our agenda, rezoning petition number 2023-059 by Queen City Airstream LLC. Michael, will you do the duty?
Sure. This is approximately 6.85 acres located on the northeast side of West W.T. Harris Boulevard and south side of Hendry Road, north of Lakeview Road. The current zoning is I1CD. The proposed zoning is ML1. The policy map recommends the manufacturing and logistics place type for this site. It is conventional, so there's no associated site plan, and staff does recommend approval of this petition.
Thank you, Michael. Does anybody have a question or comment about this petition, item number 9 on our agenda?
Just a quick comment for clarification. So ML, if I remember my zoning right, ML1 is for light industrial, and ML2 is for heavy industrial, like potentially hazardous. And then we also have I guess it shows on the map that ML2 across WT areas. Is that correct? Or is that just for the place type on the program? Yeah, over. Yeah, over. Answers my question.
Slight bit of confusion. Can we go back to that map?
It's got an ML2.
Okay, so the place,
But then there's ML1 before it.
oh, okay, all right. Any other questions, comments from the commission? If not, do I hear a motion for the disposition of item number 9 on our agenda?
Having reviewed the petition, this is Commissioner Seeley. Having reviewed the petition and considered the consistency statement prepared by staff to approve this. I'm sorry, I'm failing today. It's been a long day, guys. I move that we recommend the approval of petition number 2023-059 as it appears before us and the adoption of the consistency statement.
Second, Wilden.
It's been moved by Seeley and seconded by Wilden. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? That one passes 6-0. We're up to item number 10 on our agenda. And rezoning petition number 2023-061 by Cockshell and Sahakis Properties LLC. Please accept my apologies if I butchered that name.
Kushel.
That's what I said.
Show marks.
You guys have obviously never been to a foreign country with me because I'm fluent in everything. Yeah, anyway, Michael, did you draw the short straw tonight or what?
I did, yes.
Okay, well then, let's play with that straw, I guess, and see where it goes.
It's my last one.
Okay, all right.
So this is approximately 35.03 acres located on the north and south side of East Arrowhead Drive, east of North Tryon Street, and south side of Heathway Drive. The current zoning is ML1, Manufacturing and Logistics, ML2. Proposed zoning is Todd CC, Todd NC, and Todd UC. The 2040 policy map recommends the manufacturing and logistics place type. It's a conventional rezoning, so there's no associated site plan. The petition is inconsistent with the 2040 policy map recommendation for the ML1 place type. However, we feel that, this petition proposes to provide a more general transition between the adjacent single-family neighborhoods and manufacturing and logistics sites. And it's located with half a mile from the nearest Lynx Blue Line station, in keeping with the requirement for the Todd sites. It would be supported by bus transit as it fronts the CATS bus line, and is less than a half a mile from the nearest CATS bus stop. So with that, staff recommends approval of this petition.
Thank you, Michael. Does anybody got Commissioner Russell, Commissioner Lansdale?
Yeah, this is a question on West Heights. So looking at essentially the Valley neighborhood across North Tryon, we're taught TR, which is transitional. But then we're gonna go across the street and go to the other 3 Todd districts in UC, NC, and CC. UC seems a little ambitious to me, but if you can kind of explain why we're okay with TR on one side, but then essentially UC, which is uptown on the other side.
I'm thinking it must be. This must be the UC down at the bottom.
So the TR district, I think, was put in that area because it was seen more as a kind of a transitional piece that was done during the alignment rezoning. So I'd have to go back and look at notes on all the files as to why they chose TR in some places and NC in some others. I think some of it was proximity to existing neighborhoods. It was either a TR, NC district that was applied in those instances, but we have seen a lot of those also transition to a higher intensity district given the continued development along the blue line. So this one you see, I think, stops at a little bit down Arrowhead Road, and then we transition to NC and CC on the backside of the project off of North Hills Circle. So the UC is really concentrated up on the front end and the closest proximity to the station areas, and then NC and CC on, like I said, on that backside. But I think TR was applied in a lot of those instances where we had existing residential uses against existing single-family uses, particularly in this area, and then in some areas down just south of, probably areas south of like New Bern Station is where we saw some more applicability of that. So that's likely why the TR was put in there during the alignment process.
Commissioner Lanzo.
Thank you. Just as a confirmation, because this is a conventional zoning, and Michael, I don't want to put you too much on the spot, but too bad. We don't have a say in setback. Is that correct? It's all done by ordinance. We don't have a say at this point what the driveway and interaction between this parcel and North Tryon will look like at this point for a conditional zoning.
Not at this point.
We do not have a direct impact for access to bus stops and transit with this rezoning parcel as well. Is that correct? That's correct. And we do not have any intersection improvements associated with East Arrowhead Drive. Is that correct?
Well, that's not determined at this point. It's not through the rezoning, but there may be intersection improvements required during the plan review process based on ordinance requirements and thresholds being met for traffic improvements and any other transportation improvements. So a project of this size will likely trigger some transportation analysis beyond what we're doing at the rezoning stage.
Great. Thank you for that clarification, because this was going to be my object lesson for what the conventional zonings means for transportation solutions at the time when we're looking at these particular types of conditional zoning. So thank you very much, Michael.
Anybody else got any questions, comments? There wasn't in the packet where UC, CC and all those were going to be.
Is there a link? There should be a link that says zone boundary map.
Yeah, and I looked at that one and it is like is it the site? Maybe it looked like a site plan. I may have just misunderstood what
It's 3 areas, 3 different gray colors.
Okay, 3 different grays.
Yeah. So the first
I have this book at home about visualizations.
darkest gray in the middle of C and the light blue side is CC. And then there's looks like every one where
Okay.
existing zoning is made. So yeah, it shows that transition on that map.
Oh,
Very small letters. Yeah.
oh,
Unfortunately, the iPad's crashed. Yeah, it's human.
okay. I will do a better job of looking next time. Anyway,
We don't a lot of times see the zoning boundaries, given there's gotta be differentiation because it's the distance to station.
Yeah.
The distance of the station stuff comes into play. They showed where those breaks would be as opposed to, where it is within that half mile to mile walk radius.
yeah, I mean, that one in particular, just because there were 3 different requests on the zoning side, I could have used a little more, but I'm good.
It's a map with no legend, which is really, is that even a map?
Yeah,
It's debatable.
yeah. We still got some discussion going on. Do we need to have out loud discussion? Does anybody else have any comments, questions? Do I hear a motion on the disposition of item number 10 on our agenda?
Three, two, one. All right, I'll take a chance on this one, but I do hope that my comments associated with transportation will be recognized in the notes about our inability for these types of conventional zoning. So, but in this one, I'll give it a shot for this group. Having reviewed the petition and considered the consistency statement prepared by staff to approve this petition, I move that we recommend the approval of petition number 2023061 as it appears before us and the adoption of the consistency statement as it appears before us.
Second, Wilden.
It's been moved by Lansdale, seconded by Wilden. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That passes 6-0.
It's a hard one.
And, again, I will just ask the commission to make sure that you take a look at conventional rezonings and what all is entailed there and what can be handled in a rezoning as opposed to the permitting and all the things that happen thereafter. We will go on to.
There's a lot more captured in permitting now than there used to be, especially transportation wise.
Yeah, so that, we are, it's a Taylor Swift song, Stay in Your Lane. I think I'm failing on the Taylor Swift thing tonight, am I not?
It's okay.
Stay in your lane. I remember it very clearly.
We're trouble.
There we go.
You guys, it's me. Anyway, we're on to item number 11 on our agenda. Petition number 2023-063 by BMPI-EM 801 LLC. And Holly, we have not heard from you tonight. Please issue forth.
Thank you. This site is just under an acre at the intersection of Royal Court, East Moorhead Street. And as you can see on the aerial images that we have here and on the next slide too, it's pretty close to the Pearl Development Project as well as a number of redevelopment projects in the area. The parcel is currently zoned NC Neighborhood Center. That's as a result of the pedestrian overlay that was there prior to June 1st. It was zoned B1, so it just automatically shifted to NC. And they're requesting to go to Uptown Edge. The application of the Uptown Edge District is intended for areas like these, which transition from high-intensity environments of the Uptown core into the less dense mixed-use areas that we see along Moorhead Street and the surrounding Dilworth neighborhood. The request for Uptown Edge is consistent with the Regional Activity Center place type for the area. And this is a conventional petition, so there's no associated site plan. Staff recommends approval of this petition, given that it's consistent with the policy map, and the district maintains high design and pedestrian standards. And the UE district would entitle development that's at a comparable scale to the adjacent projects. And I'll take any questions.
Thank you, Holly. Does anyone have any questions, comments? I will have one. Commissioner Russell, I'll let you go first.
Comments, check the links on this one, because when I go to petition. It's wrong in our agenda.
Okay.
Holly, my question was about Uptown Edge. Is that it? UE? That's just one designation in regional activity center, and there could be other. I'm just wondering what else will go beside UE?
Yes.
And it's the next question.
Yeah, so of those districts that are essentially consistent with Regional Activity Center, you have Regional Activity Center Zoning District, Uptown Edge, and then also Uptown Core, which
Okay, you see.
replace the UMUD.
Okay. All right, so all three of those could go in there, because I think I noted that there was something around the corner that's applied for UE as well.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I'm a smarter person now, thank you. Do I hear a motion for the disposition of petition number 2023-06? Wait, am I on the right one?
Three.
Yeah, that's what I said, yeah, like it's.
6-3, yeah.
6-3?
Motion, Wilden, having reviewed the petition and considered the consistency statement prepared by staff to approve this petition, I move that we recommend approval of 2023-063 as it appears before us.
It's been moved by Wilden and seconded by Russell. All those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? That passes 6-0.
I feel we missed a Billy Joel reference in that one, but we'll move on.
We didn't start the fire.
Certainly is at Coney Islands.
Oh, he can do those.
I know every John Bon Jovi song there ever was. He did the Purple Haze song too, didn't he? All right, now, see, you guys are, everybody wants to get out of here early, but hey, jokes. We got two more left. Can you get through for 6:30?
Yes.
All right, item number 12, rezoning petition number 2023-065. Wait, before we do this petition, Commissioner Seeley, come back in here. I believe Commissioner Seeley has something you'd like to ask for because we have to make a motion to throw you out of the room. For you to recuse yourself. Explain.
The petitioner is a freelance client of mine, and I think I should probably recuse myself because of that.
Do I hear a motion to recuse Commissioner?
Motion to kick him out, Wilden.
It's been moved by Wilden, seconded by Russell. All those in favor of allowing Commissioner Seeley to recuse himself, please say aye. Aye. All right, that passes. Get the hell out. We'll call you back in a few minutes. All right, rezoning petition number 2023-065 by ATC Properties and Management LLC. Holly, you get to party yet again.
Thank you. This site is a little under 4 acres located just south of Camp North End along the east side of Statesville Avenue and south side of Sylvania Avenue. And as you can see here, you can really see Camp North End in that site, just north of the site. A lot of this immediate area has house industrial uses, and we're seeing those uses then be converted to essentially activity center friendly uses. So that's ongoing projects in the area. The parcel is currently zoned ML2, Manufacturing Logistics 2, and they're requesting Community Activity Center 2. And I'll note also that this area is part of the North Graham, North Tryon Street Corridors of Opportunity Program, which aims to revitalize areas with a mix of uses to service the surrounding residents. So rezoning away from industrial uses here into a district that would allow for a number of uses utilized by the neighbor better aligns with that corridors of opportunity goals. And the request for CAC2 is consistent with the Policy Map's recommendation for Community Activity Center. And this is a conventional petition, so there's no associated site plan. We recommend approval of this petition, given that it is consistent. And the redevelopment trends of the broader area to shift away from industrial uses instead to entitlements that allow a range of commercial, office, and residential uses. And I'll be happy to take any questions.
Thank you, Holly. Does anyone have any comments, questions?
What a great, Winokur attended a Jane's Walk there recently. It's a fantastic location.
All right. Do I hear a motion for the disposition of item number 12 on our agenda?
Wilden, motion to approve. Having reviewed the petition and considered the consistency statement prepared by staff to approve this petition, I move that we recommend approval of petition number 2023-065 as it appears before us.
Lansdale, second.
It's been moved by Wilden and Lansdale won the steel cage death match. The second. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. And those opposed? All right, that's been, that one passes 5-0. Commissioner Seeley, please come home.
You can stay out.
Yeah, whatever. On to our final petition of the evening, I think.
It's in Todd-Tar's district.
Yep. Item number 13, rezoning petition number 2023-067 by Childers Klein Properties. And Holly, you get to bring this thing home.
Thank you. This site is 2.2 acres located on the east side of Apex Drive, north side of Coltsgate Road, and west of Cameron Valley Parkway. And you can see, did we have an area? Yeah, there you go. It's pretty close to the South Park Mall. And in the South Park area, there's a lot of dense commercial development around, interspersed with some residential developments as well. The parcel is currently zoned MUD O and N1A. That MUD O portion is the result of the current conditional plan for the Apex South Park project. This would be Apex Phase 2, this site. The N1A parcel was recently acquired, so that expansion of the project along with some changes in the uses are what prompted the rezoning. And they're proposing to go to RAC conditional. And so that RAC proposal is consistent with the policy map's recommendation for regional activity center. The plan itself revises the proposed uses. Revises the proposed uses of Apex Phase 2 from residential and office to just residential. And it proposes up to 425 multifamily residential units together with accessory uses, allows a maximum height of 250. And I'll just note any height achieved above 150 in this district would have to comply with the bonus menu provisions. And it provides additional stormwater notes related to stormwater quality treatment and volume peak controls beyond what we typically see at rezonings. So it has a bit more expansive notes on that topic and commits to standard transportation pedestrian improvement notes. So since the public hearing, the petitioner addressed the outstanding issues and technical revisions listed in the pre-hearing or public hearing staff analysis. And the petitioner has also agreed to submit a revised plan ahead of the decision that would address a minor urban forestry technical revision just to show trees in the right of way. So we expect that plan probably early next week. Staff recommends approval of this petition, which proposes dense residential development that is in line with the goals of the Regional Activity Center place type, which is on and this is on a property that is currently underutilized primarily for surface parking. In the future, residents of this development could have easy access to a range of retail and employment areas that would be well serviced by multiple modes of transportation. I'll take any questions.
Thank you, Holly. Does anyone have any questions, comments?
Lansdale, Holly, were there any public comments at all that were submitted by South Park groups, organizations, individuals?
I have not received any. I mean, the petitioner, I'm sure, has additional information on meetings that they've had. I think there was at least some amount of coordination with the South Park Association of Neighborhoods. And part of that is, I think, what prompted them to go conditional rather than conventional here. But I don't have a wealth of details on that specifically.
Thank you.
Anyone else have any questions, comments, concerns? Otherwise, do I hear a motion for the disposition of item number 13 on our agenda?
Try this again. Having reviewed the petition and considered the consistency statement prepared by staff, I approve this petition. To approve this petition, I move that we recommend approval of petition number 2023-067 as it appears before us and the adoption of the consistency statement. It seems like it's wrong.
Obviously, that's stronger than Novocaine, I'm just saying. Do I hear a second on that motion?
Winokur, second.
It's been motioned by Seeley and seconded by Winokur. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? No. So that one passes 6-0. Thank you all for spending the evening with me and Travis Kelsey here.
They're having a Halloween party tonight, sorry.
Oh, it's Halloween. Do I hear a motion for us to adjourn? Thank you.
Motion to rewrite that statement.